Podketeers.
Come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take you down to Kokomo. We'll get there faster and we'll take it slow. This is a copyright strike. That's why I was keeping it in a different key, man. We have to keep it in a different key so that we don't get the copyright strike.
I think if we just don't sing it at the same time, it'll sound like a bunch of jumbled mess, and we'll be.
It's
fine.
one of those like row your
you
boat
screw with the brain.
cycle things.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it with Kokomo.
Yeah.
That's where we wanna go.
That's where we.
Kokomo.
I don't know.
So we just sing Beach Boys songs for the rest of the episode? This is the Beach Boys episode of Podketeers.
This is it's like when the Beach Boys come to Full House.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
they sing-
If the Beach Boys want to come on Podketeers, and we'll call Uncle Jesse, we'll get, John Stamos on here. We could talk Disney stuff, and he can show us some video of his collection, and we'll all sing Beach Boy songs. It'll be great. John.
Yeah, private concert.
Little Saint Nick. It could be a Christmas episode.
It could be an anything episode at this point. I'd be excited
Sure.
about it. I'm for it.
We'll just get the good Beach Boys though, not the bad Beach Boys. There's like two Beach Boys.
Left?
No, there's like two factions of Beach Boys.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, so there's like the Mike Love Beach Boys,
Right.
and then there's the rest of them.
Well, the Mike Love Beach Boys, I think, are the ones that John Stamos knows, right?
Right.
Those are like his friends.
That's the one, and then it's the well, I can't remember the guy. What's the other Beach Boy? The main Beach Boys guy? Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that sort of. Anyway.
The only reason I remember Brian Wilson's name is because of the Bare Naked Ladies. I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I am. And now it's a Bare Naked Ladies episode.
All right.
No, not that. No, wait.
Remember when they did that?
No, wait. Let's go back
They
to the
did that
Beach Boys.
cover
Chaos.
They did that cover of Grinning Ghosts. Bare Naked
did.
Ladies. They did. That one's
did.
good. I like that.
That was
one.
good, actually.
There you go. We brought it all the way back around.
Boom.
Yep.
And Sarah Michelle Gellar is connected to them because are we not playing this again? I saw your
I
face
wanna know
change.
how.
Are we not playing this again, Andrew?
I mean, if you want to waste 10 minutes and make everybody annoyed, we probably could.
Nah, I'm okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got a handful of things to talk about. It's been a news-filled week, I think.
Yeah.
There were a few announcements that I think validated some of the thoughts we had after D23 as far as where certain things are going to go. We got an announcement of what's finally coming to Frontierland at Magic Kingdom. But before we get into all of that, I have a couple of social media videos that I saw this week that I just thought were super fun. You may have seen these, and the first one, I just want to get additional comments from you, Andrew, because I know you went to go see them. But here is a video of the Savannah Bananas
Oh, yeah. Banana ball.
doing the dance from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Oh my god.
I like Goofy.
Hot dog, da 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 da
That's so
da
cute.
da da. Hot dog, da 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 da. Hot dog, hot diggity dog, and strike. So
That's cool.
I don't know if you caught this. I'm gonna let this play again because if you look back here,
I saw someone.
That's their
it's
mascot.
the banana rolling down the hill. It's their mascot. Look.
Oh.
So this is at Angel Stadium.
Yes,
That's
they
funny.
sold out Angel Stadium. Yeah.
Hey, good for them. Good for them.
So, yeah, Banana Ball is a big craze, I've learned.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. It's
It's
all
hard
the
to get
rage.
tickets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we
I've seen them come up on my feed a lot, and they're so entertaining. Every time their videos come up, like, honestly, it's one of the things that comes up in my feed that brings a smile to my face. But you went to see them recently, right?
So my wife is a very big fan of Banana Ball, and it's her whole thing, and she found out the tickets. We went to in Reno. It's about a little less than 2 hours from us, over in Nevada. She you have to enter in to like a lottery to be able just to purchase ticket. Like, okay, you have the option to purchase tickets, and then you get in line and hope that there's still tickets left. So it's that kind of like,
it's like D23.
But even worse.
Was it a little running guy on the screen and everything?
I asked if there was a little running guy. I don't think it was the running guy.
Was there a running banana?
That was going to be my question.
And, I wasn't sure what I was getting into when we saw it. I had a really good time. It's fun. I do recommend bringing some earplugs just in case. Just where it could just be where I was sitting, but it was explained to be by my wife that she's like, it's basically like live TikTok. And I was like, okay. So there's just like 15-second audio clips playing always. They never stop unless like there's like an announcement or something. It's just like audio clip while the play is going, and then there's a walk-up clip music, then another thing, and then there's guys on screens, and there's people doing stuff in the audience and on top of the dugouts, and they come and throw hot dogs and hamburgers out, and they throw T-shirts out, and they it's just going. And the specific rules, there's a few rules of Banana Ball that are like different from baseball. The big one is it's 2 hours. Time limit 2 hours. That's it.
Oh, wow, that's short.
Yeah. Or no, is it an hour and a half? No, I think it's 2 hours. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Boom. The other thing is like the scoring is different. And so whoever wins the inning gets a point. So if you tie an inning, nobody gets a point. If you get no points either way, no, that's tying. That's no points, except for the ninth inning where every run or every point counts as a point.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
And then there's those are the big ones. They have like a there's like a golden batter. Basically, the team can, like, if they've assigned somebody the golden batter, and they can evoke that whenever they
from
want.
The audience or from
no, it's
like,
just like another.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a team. It's just like somebody on their team that's like their
designated
hitter, basically somebody that's gonna they in the time of need to try and pull them out of the thing.
Shohei Ohtani.
And then there's also like a audience challenge where like they pick somebody from the audience. And they like crowd the is it the audience? I don't know. What do you call people at the baseball
crowd.
game? The crowd.
Yeah.
I'm a theater person. I'm sorry. The audience.
It's okay.
And they can challenge a play or like a ruling from the umpires or the and so all that stuff happens. But they have like there's stuff going on the field all the time. The first and third base coaches are characters like so we saw the party. So there's I think 4 teams in the Banana Ball League.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
There's the Savannah Bananas.
Are the pickles part of this?
No, pickles aren't part of this. The pickles are just something else.
Okay.
What's
you
up,
know what I
Melissa?
just realized?
Huh.
This would be our teams that we created with Disney characters.
Oh my God, yes! Savannah Bananas, if
sorry,
you want
Andrew.
Disney character teams,
No, you're fine.
we got you.
Yeah.
For real.
But yeah, the teams are the Savannah Bananas that we were watching, the Party Animals, the Firefighters or Firemen or Firefighters, and then the Tailgaters are the teams. And so we saw the Party Animals versus the Tailgaters, and I believe, if I remember this correctly, it started out with but the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals were the two teams originally, and then they were expanding it, so they added 2 more teams. So they kind of tour around and they play each other differently and stuff. But I don't think there's like a World Series of Banana Ball or anything like that, as far as I've seen.
But all the positions are the same as an actual baseball team, right? Like,
yep, you got.
Because I mean, I've just seen clips of like the pitchers and the catchers like doing dances on TikTok and stuff like that,
yep.
or like the team coming up to the pitcher and then all doing a dance or something silly or something.
Oh, that's the other thing. There's no visiting the mound. That's a rule in Banana Ball.
So, Mel, the team idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think, what if...
Yeah.
Maybe we should do this for the FGP Squad, but what if we did an extra episode where we took our teams and fed them into, like, a simulation under Banana Ball rules, and then for the episode, we read the outcome of the simulation for all of the innings?
That would be fun.
If you find the simulation, then let's go ahead.
We could probably feed it into like ChatGPT or something.
All right. Hey, let's see what that comes up with.
All right.
That sounds fun. But yeah, Banana Ball is fun.
Keep it in mind. Put a pin in that one.
Yeah, Banana Ball is fun. It was completely sold out when we went. And they had 3 nights in a row, and they were all completely sold out. And yeah, it's silly. It's loud. If you get overwhelmed with a lot of noise easily, this is not the place for you because noise is going constantly. Like, I cannot reiterate enough how much the music and it never stops.
Wow.
But it was fun. Also, the Party Animals, their mascot is a monkey named Farty.
How cute.
And he farts.
I love that.
I bought a
That's
$30
funny.
plush of Farty because
You like the name?
And you press his hand and he farts.
That's funny.
It was the best money I've ever spent.
I love it.
I have the bag. I should have brought it in here before, but I have the
Well,
bag
you
of
didn't
stuff.
know I was going to show you this video.
That's okay.
So.
But yeah, so Banana Ball is a good time.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had fun. It seems like it's kind of a hassle and a half to get tickets for it, but it seems like it's worth it because it sounds like a super good time. Plus, if you were in Anaheim and saw the Mickey Mouse Club, you know, everyone on the crew just doing the Mickey Mouse Club theme song and doing the hot dog
Well,
dance,
because
I
the
think that's
Savannah
pretty
Bananas
cool.
were at Disneyland. There was like a whole
They
marketing
were.
thing, I'm sure.
I saw the videos. Yeah,
they were
that's pretty
dancing
cool.
in front of the castle, and they had banana-themed treats at some of the the restaurants and stuff. They had a whole thing.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is, are you familiar with this Lego set? They released it during the 50th anniversary, Walt Disney World. You know.
I want
Sure,
to say
yeah.
yeah.
I think I know
Have
what
you seen
you're
this
gonna
before?
show me.
Okay.
Show
us. I just thought it was funny because I love when people take existing sets and they make something else out of it. And so the person that bought this set, the quote is, "I don't think I followed the instructions correctly.
Okay.
Happy Star
love
Wars Day
it.
to all who celebrate."
I love it.
It's a Castle X-Wing
There's been people.
with
have
Mickey
you been
piloting.
Wait, have you been seeing the people who like buy certain like sets and then they make like the Falcon out of it?
I haven't seen the full thing. Like, this is one of the first one. Like, yeah, this is I've seen it with other sets before. Mm-hmm. And I just happened to be looking for other Lego stuff because I saw, it's not an official Lego set. I'm trying to find it, but it was a brick set of the Mystery Shack. And I don't remember who sold it. The couple of places that I found it were out of stock. And I found it once on Amazon, but like, it just says it's out of stock on Amazon as well. So I'm trying to figure out like where I can buy it. It's not an official Lego set, but it looks good. And then as I was searching, I saw this and I thought this was super funny. This is, I hope I say the name correctly. It says George Gilliatt or Gilliatt. I don't know what the last name is, but if I said your name incorrectly, George, I'm sorry. I just thought this was super funny because, I mean,
So
this is
cool.
what imagination and Legos is all about, right? Like, sets are one thing, but when you can take the set and totally transform it into something different, like, this is the essence of Lego, right? So I thought this was super cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right, I have one more thing to show you before we start talking about other stuff. And I just thought this was funny because have either of you ever ordered DoorDash?
Yes.
Like food through DoorDash?
Yes.
When you order your food through DoorDash and your driver shows up with your food, what kind of show do you put on for them?
I'm sorry?
My instructions are leave at door.
Oh, you don't put on a show for them?
No.
This family does. Check this out. I saw this on TikTok. It's by user Kyle Philippi. This is what they do when DoorDash shows up.
Wow.
I think I've seen it.
Every morning just the same. Since the morning that he came to this poor provincial town.
They call this DoorDash Productions.
The bookshop. I just finished the most
Wow.
wonderful story about a beanstalk and an ogre.
That's nice. Maureen, the baguettes.
How many people live in this house?
I mean, I don't think it's just one family. I'm pretty sure that it's like a troop or something, but
With a dreamy smile.
that's that guy's butt.
It's just like all in the entryway of this house. And the guy playing the piano is dressed up like Cox.
I love that.
Little
They have
fountain
a
and
fountain in
everything.
the house. And then just a kid in a t-shirt, not dressed up.
That is so cool.
DoorDash production sign.
See, this is the kind of silliness we need in the world. This.
Right?
This.
The kid eats the book.
Chapter 3.
And listen, I mean, I have a
Dasher
little bit of
lady.
a fondness for this one in
Of
particular,
course.
obviously,
There's like
because
40 people in this house.
there is.
I'm impressed. It went so smoothly.
Still going.
Yeah.
going to McBell, my wife.
Gaston has a dead pig on his shoulder.
He's got like a boar or something.
That's so cool.
Like, okay.
Yeah, the key, you know.
Confetti.
Wow.
This is DoorDash Productions. We want you to have a great night.
That is amazing.
$200 tip.
So yeah, they also tipped her $200.
I was going to say, what if they were like, and no tip, you got to stand here and watch us sing a song. No tip for you.
Oh,
That is
that
your
is
tip.
magical. That is. Wow.
So there's more of these.
Sure.
Follow this creator, Kyle. I hope I'm saying the name correctly.
That's so cool.
Kyle
Philippi?
Philippi?
Is that what you
Philippi?
said? Kind of like, what's that guy, Ryan?
Like Ryan Philippi. Yeah. Connected to Sarah Michelle Gellar through Cruel Intentions
Oh my gosh.
with Selma Blair. And should you don't want to? Are you sure you don't want to play this again? We're
All
looking
right.
at Gaston's
Well, who
butt.
are we trying to get to?
I don't know. Gaston's butt. I don't know. That's what was on
butt. All right,
Um,
Gaston's
so,
butt was in
yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. With David O'Hare.
this made me feel like happy when I saw it. It was super cool, and then like the fact that they just tipped her $200 after, I just thought was the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Go check out this creator. They got more these DoorDash production things. I thought they were super fun. I have some other stuff, but we'll save it for another episode. I think
Right.
we'll go back and we'll talk about some other stuff right now, because. Oh, did either of you order that little book, the golden book that you sent us?
I have not. I put it on my Christmas wish list because I'm very bad about making a list of things that are not $200 of things to buy for me. So
You mean you don't put it in your wish list, also known as your shopping cart?
Right. No, I try and be like, okay, I know this thing's not gonna sell out, so I can put it on my Christmas list for like people that want to buy a small gift for me.
And it is nice.
It's like
it is
$5 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's
This is the book that
cute.
we're talking about. It's
Disneyland is your land. The little golden book.
Disneyland is your land. Here lies. I'm not.
Why are you doing Obama? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I thought I was doing Walt, and then like after it kind of really did sound like
It
Obama.
morphed.
So you were right. Like it just kind of morphed. I can have the pause, and it's much more Obama.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I have several of these. The last one that I bought was
I was
the
trying
Santa
to do
one.
Bill Clinton for no reason whatsoever.
Jeez.
Disneyland. I can't do it.
Oh.
I can't do any of the president.
Disneyland is your land. Disneyland.
Hey,
Here lies.
Disneyland is your land.
This was the last one that I bought. This was the Santa Visits Disneyland. little
Right,
golden
yes.
book.
Aw.
I love these. I grew up with these, and the fact that they're still making them. And see this one right here, this little puppy one.
Uh-huh.
That was one of my first ones.
I remember
Aw.
reading that
That's-
as a kid, that little
Yeah.
puppy one.
I have the Haunted Mansion ones and
Yeah.
like the Space
I
Mountain.
have the
ones
Haunted
and stuff
Mansion
like that,
one somewhere.
Yeah, they're nice. They're cute. But yeah, it's like $5.99 or something.
I want to
It's-
know. Here's an honest question.
Sure.
How many people that buy of all the books sold, what percentage do you think people like us are buying versus people buying it for children to read?
Oh,
The
like
answer
us?
is simple, Andrew.
No, but what percentage do you think is buying?
98%.
I was gonna say
98%. That's
60.
true. Most of the people buying this are weirdo Disney adults.
Just like
Disney
us.
adults.
Are,
That's why I wear the hat.
it says the word Disneyland on it, and I can buy it online. I
Yeah.
will own it, and it's $6.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yes,
That's-
please. I'll
that
buy 2.
I bought 5 of them. Well, I bought 5 only because
You're
because
gonna
they're all
give
for
'em
me. It's because I give them
away
away
and-
to the kids in the family.
Yeah.
Right. They can build their collection. I will say that most of the kids though are beyond the age of where I think the books are meant to fall in,
like
age
4
wise.
to 6-year-olds.
Yeah, I think they're all out of that the age range that they're meant for, so they're more collector's items at this point. But
Yeah.
it's a nice little book. It's a nice little story. Like they never disappoint. Like people learn about like the little man from Disneyland through little golden books
Yes, we
sometimes,
did.
And the thing about these little golden books is the fact that you find the lore, you find the stories, and it might just spark a little bit more imagination, or it might spark this like inkling to find more about the park, and then like you want to learn about how something was built, or the story behind this, or the story behind that. That's how we all started.
Right.
There was a little story, there was a little image, or there was something, a visit to the park or whatever it was, that just sparked a little bit of imagination, and
Yep.
so a Disney adult was born. And some of us are jerkier than others, and some of them, oh my goodness, they need to. I'm gonna hold my mouth at this point, so let's
We need
move
to go
on.
into the boo-boo box.
Yes, they need to go into the boo boo box. I like that.
have your books showed up yet, Heyzen? Or they're pre-order, right?
They're pre-order. I think it's
Yeah.
August or something that they release. Let me double check here. They release on. Nope, I closed too many tabs.
Whoops.
And it says Disneyland Little Golden 70th.
Trying to see if I could beat you to it. But
I'm
mine
pretty
is
sure you
going
will.
slow.
Oh, I should just check my orders. Hold on a second.
August 12th.
August 12th.
Yay.
Ah, tie.
It says perfect for kids 2 to 5.
There you go. We did it.
I'm curious. There isn't really a. There's not like a description of.
I thought there was a description
what,
for it.
It just says like it's Disneyland's 70th anniversary. Join Mickey Mouse and the gang to explore Disneyland through the years in this fun and sweet little golden book. I guess that's a description.
That's pretty
Disneyland
much it.
through the years, which is cool. Maybe Indiana Jones will be in it. Who knows? In 1995.
I wish, but they don't like fun.
Apparently, we made it to the bridge. All right. So, the announcements we were talking about earlier this week were, let's start with Magic Kingdom.
Sure.
So, D23, we found out that basically the Rivers of America were going to be transformed into something different. We had a little bit of concept art showing that it was going to be Cars themed. And this week we finally got the reveal of what it's going to be called. And it is, drumroll please, welcome to Piston Peak.
He did what in his peak?
Exactly.
I mean, he did what in his peak?
There you go.
Exactly. I have to admit, I like the name.
Yes.
And the more that I'm finding out about how they're building this out and the theming, like, I already kind of had an idea, obviously, but like the more information that's coming out about this, I actually really like it. I know people at Walt Disney World are like, they're sad about it because they're losing the Rivers of America.
There's
it's
water.
Well, I think that's a big thing too. Is in the other concept art, there wasn't any water.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
So
Yeah.
this is, I think, they might have done a little bit of recalculation on the concept art front because there is water here, which is great for the Liberty Square side of
The
it.
park.
You can see the
Yeah.
of all that the trees and the water and stuff will still keep that feel of that alive still.
yeah.
But they have Tiana's and they have Big Thunder, and then now this, so it's just kind of gonna be a weird mishmash of stuff. So I think it's kind of just frontier adjacent land.
Yeah.
So I haven't read. I saw the announcement and I saw the concept art. I didn't get a chance to read a lot about the details. Did they release any details about what the concept art shows? Because there was a lot of stuff in this image that I was kind of excited about.
It says it's based on national parks.
Right.
It says particularly the Rocky Mountain National Park is the main like inspiration for it. I believe that Rivers of America is going to close soon.
This week, I think. Or it's very, very close.
No, July. Maybe
Just
it's
kidding.
July. I don't remember. The article I was reading, I accidentally closed. It's I'm trying to.
See, that's what happens to me. I accidentally close a tab that I have open to help me through this, and then all of a sudden I forget everything that I was saying.
Right. Blee, blee, blee. I
Blah,
mean,
blah, blah, blah.
it's so there's gonna be. It's not really a land. It's just kind of a area in. It's basically an attraction that is taking over the Rivers of America area. It's going, but it looks like it's going to be fairly like large. I mean, Rivers of America is large anyway.
Yeah.
So last day of operation is July 6th for Tom Sawyer's Island and Rivers of America. And then they'll
Yeah.
start putting up construction walls, yada, yada, yada.
Can I?
Oh, it says 2 new attractions. Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. So it looks. I mean, there's this log flume looking thing, or this thing that's happening over here in like the center, right in front of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. At least that's where it looks like there's this drop. But what I really liked about this, and I don't know if this is what's happening, but at least from the concept art, this right here, this little portion right here, it brought me so much joy when I first saw it. And at first I couldn't pinpoint why until I saw it larger, and it's because it reminds me of the Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland and the Living Desert. Yeah, the Living Desert.
Yeah.
And I like there's so many features of this that because of the structure of the national park and everything, like I feel like it's kind of like version 2.0 almost of that, but it's Cars themed, right? So it's going to be a little more cartoony, and the effects are obviously going to be a lot better than when they first launched. But I like this. The whole thing looks great, but this part in particular just like made me extra happy to see this.
Just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I started reading a different article. This is from WDW Magazine, and they're talking about. So there's two attractions. One is the like rally race one that they've talked about, and then the other one it just says is an attraction be aimed towards the whole family, including younger guests. My guess is it's going to be something like either Mater's Junkyard Jamboree or Luigi's, whatever the hell
The
heck
Rollick
it's
and
called now.
Roadsters.
Rollick and Roadsters. I said flying tires
With
almost
all the
earlier, but
With all the cars that look like bears.
right.
That would be cute.
Or I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of flat ride because I
Yeah.
think all of these like trail looking thing. I think that's all part of the same rally. You're supposed to be going through the different things: the snow, the desert, the mountains.
This whole thing, right? Like this
Yeah,
whole track right here,
exactly.
like
I'm
inside of
tracing
the
it
mountain and
across
stuff like
my
that.
screen, and it's not showing on your screen.
Oh yeah, I'm tracing it. So I
but-
guess we'll start here behind the little cabin.
My guess is that's the like queue and like
All right.
loading area. Then probably comes
so
down to the
come
bottom.
down through here.
Nope, I think
and
it comes down
Come this way.
Yep, that way.
Okay, so it'll come this way.
Yep, down
It'll round through here.
do.
And then somehow, wait, it comes through here and
I
then
think it
under the
loops,
bridge,
yep, into the
and
waterfall,
then into the waterfall
then
behind
up
this,
over here,
up
the
over
waterfall.
here,
No, but I think it goes up, up, down, around. There's
up, down, all around.
back
What else
through
does Pooh
this.
say?
There's a bridge, and it
There's a-
loops around.
Here, and then it comes through here,
Yep.
and then goes through the painted desert, and then it like comes back
And
here.
then who knows? Something like that.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
It looks like
That's
it's going to be
fun.
pretty massive. And then my
Yeah.
guess is the other part is like this little entrance area will probably be where the other attraction is. You can kind of see. There's also going to be like it says like climbing areas and kind of like
Like Grizzly Peak
like
has in
yeah, exactly. Just like the rope bridges and things. My
Yeah.
guess is that'll be all sort of in there. But you can kind of see there's like a little corral looking thing right in the center of that area. That kind of makes me guess that it's some sort of flat ride, like Mater's or something.
Yeah.
You see the little circle?
I do see. the
I mean,
little
it'd be
circle
pretty
right here.
smart to do
Yep.
that.
Let's go driving, junkyard driving now.
My favorite part, though, is our animatronic of J. Audubon Woodlore.
Yeah.
It's like it. I mean, they kind of nailed.
They did.
His
the
Autobahn is
visual.
spelt like the German road, the Autobahn.
I love it.
And if for some reason, I think Corey Burton is doing the J. Audubon Woodlore right now, but if anybody out there, Corey Burton's busy, let me know. I will happily
yes. Can we get
audition
Andrew in on
for-
that? Let's get Andrew in on this. Perfect. Consider this your
Welcome to
audition
Cars
tape.
Land, everybody. Or whatever, this Frontierland, okay.
No, Piston Peak.
Piston
Peak.
Welcome to Piston Peak here in Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom.
That is so
Clip it.
perfect.
Clip it, dude. We're gonna get a copyright strike for that.
I don't know. Have we seen a car with glasses in the Cars universe yet? I don't remember watching.
so.
I don't think so.
But this car has J. Audubon Woodlore has
He has
glasses.
to.
Look at his
I mean-
look at his car glasses.
They're
I
awesome.
love that they're just sitting on the hood.
Yeah, his little pickup truck, which is
I
cool.
love it.
So yeah, I think this is. Who knows? But I think this concept art might calm some of the people that were worried about the the removal of Rivers of America, at least keeping some of that water in. I mean, I can see why it would be a big thing. Like, I would be upset if they removed the Rivers of America from Disneyland as well.
I mean, we didn't have them for a while.
Yeah.
It was a while, but this looks like it has a lot of life.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to Rivers of America, it's like, yes, it's a classic, and I get that people don't like change because, you know, there's memories, anything, all that kind of stuff. But this looks like it's gonna bring a lot of life into this little area. And at first,
Right.
I thought it was gonna have like no water, like they were gonna fill it. I don't know why my brain went to that direction.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna be done and cleared up and filled and all that
the
stuff.
concept art showed that.
Yeah, and so I assumed it was gonna be like that. But this looks great. Like, I just hope, because Ranger Woodlore is there. It's like, give Humphrey some love. Like, I'm sad
Humphrey
they couldn't
the
do
bear.
it here, but
Yeah.
Imagine Humphrey the Bear as a car.
As a car.
yes, that's why when you said Luigi, I'm like, oh my gosh, all the bears when they were trying to clean up
Ranger
all the.
Woodlore is
Yes!
just they're just picking up the, you know, what is that song called?
Put it
it,
in the bag.
put
Bump,
it-
Put it,
bump.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bum bum, and you take a bag, put it in your bag, bum bum. Then you grab your sack, put it in your bag, bum
I
bum.
mean, how
That-
And
fun!
then they could have a whole thing and be like, kids, you got to help me out. I got no arms.
I am, in fact, a car.
That'd be funny. Yeah, so like I said, I really like the concept art for this. Obviously, my feelings are a little bit different about this because it's not happening to Disneyland proper.
Right,
It's happening
right.
to, you know, the other Frontierland and the other Rivers of America. I think there's going to be a little more people that are open to this change because it's not the original Rivers of America, but also those that will be still opposed to it regardless of it because they're getting rid of the Rivers of America. But
Right.
I think we've had multiple conversations that, you know, with all the changes and everything that we've seen in the parks, we can clearly see that Disney is really catering the parks and the experiences to the future generations of park goers. You know, as I don't want to say that they're aging out because, like, we're bringing our kids, right? And so, like, our kids
bringing
and
myself.
younger generations. I know, but what I'm saying is that,
Yeah.
like, you have to start enticing the new generations
Yeah, of
to like
course.
something in the park, right? Like, I've taken my kids to Tom Sawyer Island and, you know, Pirate's Lair and stuff, and we ran around, but
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you that they weren't as excited as kids were in the 50s. You know, to
True.
be playing around in that area and be, you know, part of Tom Sawyer Island. Like, most kids these days don't even know who Tom Sawyer is.
Right.
Right?
That
That's why
is
they
true.
renamed the area. So,
Jack Sparrow Island.
Jack Sparrow Island. I mean, they could get way more out of it if they named it Jack Sparrow Island. But getting people to, or getting more cast members to, you know, float people over, I think
Right.
would be the problem on the rafts. But
They need to build that tunnel they were going to build.
they should build that tunnel.
I'm reading here that it says inside guests will be able to visit the lodge, Ranger HQ, trails, and more. It also says Imagineers are using a type of architecture for the land called parkitecture, which was developed by the National Park Service to create structures that harmonize with the natural environment. So it just seems like it's going to be very
cool.
like national park.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
that's
I'm
you know, these are all good things for something that's going to happen. At least it is looking promising and positive.
Yeah.
With this concept art for sure.
All right, so we're going to come over to California Adventure because there was information released this week about some of the changes and some of the lands that we were going to be getting. Before we jump into that, I want to take a quick moment to thank a very special group of listeners, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find a list of some of our top contributors, a link to to our Patreon. You'll also find some information about what the FGP Squad is all about. But being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like access to a special section of Discord, discount codes for Podketeers gear. You get additional content that we upload to Patreon. You also get access to our happy hour calls when we get a chance to do those, random giveaways, and other stuff. So if you're interested, head on over to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find more information again about the FGP Squad, and to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Speaking of links, podketeers.com/links is where you want to go to find some of our most commonly asked for links, including our latest episode, the Disneyland playlist. You'll also find links, of course, to the FGP Squad, any fundraisers that we're running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie. You'll find some other stuff if we're running just general information. I'm going to be removing it soon, but on that page we've had some information that we're helping with the SoCal fires from a few months ago. That's going to go away very soon because we're going to be starting a new fundraiser soon for cancer research, so more information is coming up on that. On that links page, you'll also find a link to our Discord. We'd love for you to join the community and be a part of that as well. You'll also find a link to our YouTube channels, and our pal Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures. Larry does live streams from the park, so if you like to see live streams, give Larry a try. He's one of the more respectful streamers out there. I got a lot to say about the streamers. I won't say it right now, but Larry is one of my favorite streamers because he's very respectful, he's very family friendly, and he's just a cool person. Along with his wife Rebecca, they do streams from the park all the time, so check it out. And a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist, which has some of our favorite episodes. I think we need to do a comeback on Armchair Imagineering soon.
Let's do it.
So yeah, podketeers.com/links is where you will find all of that. I won't do the doopity doops and the boppity bops, but let's get back to the podcast.
The doobity doops and the boppity bop?
And the boppity bops.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Boppity Bop. I like the way that you found. But there's like a kernel of a song in my head that sounded that you do better do.
Yep, you got it.
Hey, Mr. Boppity Bop. That's I don't know. That's like a Barney thing.
I think it's from Barney.
Thing.
It's from Barney.
I was like, wow, that.
Yeah.
Take us back to the 90s.
I can't. I got Boppity Bop is the only thing
Barney.
I got out of all that, but
yeah,
it's something.
All right. So, the first thing that I want to bring up here is the image of the new Eastside Hub parking structure and transportation hub, which, why is it not letting me share here? Here we go. Bloop. All right. We kind of had some concept art, I think, for this as part of the Disneyland Forward plans when it was first presented to the city.
Oh yeah, this is different.
This is very different from what we originally got. This is on the harbor side that we're seeing. We got our Space Mountain and Matterhorn and stuff, and when we and the castle's way back there, like there's a little tiny castle.
Is this a castle for ants?
Good one. I don't know how close it is to what this is going to look like, but I mean I dig this. The rumor right now is obviously that they're bringing back the original Disneyland marquee as part of this.
Well, they're going to recreate, not bring back.
Well, yeah, that's in Stamos's backyard, so
yeah,
they're not going to bring the original.
He doesn't have the original. He has the second one.
But he's got one of the original ones. They're not bringing back the last one that was used.
Correct.
Right. So
this is an homage to I did a thing on Disneyland about the Disneyland sign, and what we're seeing here, I believe, is the second iteration of the Disneyland sign. From I think it was like a couple years in with the yellow D and then Disneyland all in white.
And the Six Flags.
Six Flags.
The Six Flags. I like this walkway. It looks really nice, actually. I don't know what it's gonna, if they're gonna be playing music or anything like that. But
I mean, originally they had said, like in their original concept art, they're like it's gonna be like how the bridge at Downtown Disney is, where it's like you don't even know you're on a bridge. But I don't think that's gonna be the case here.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a little harder. That's why I think I really like this paneling with the lighting that they added, because it's going to block a lot of the traffic in the freeway that you would see, up the street on that side.
Yeah.
So
and I wonder if that is going to be on both sides, and they just don't have it there for art reasons.
It's possible. I mean, they could make the entire thing like a tunnel that looks like you're in Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Just have lights flashing as you're walking by.
Speed
Maybe
ramp.
they change it. Maybe they add something like they have at the Sphere in Vegas, where as you're walking through, they can use the same technology to project like a day scene, or like you're inside of a movie or something like
these
that.
These are like the portals in Epic Universe.
I mean,
those are like that.
Shh, I'm just saying. Shh. This is for Disney.
I see.
Different budgets.
Oh,
It's
I
different.
see.
Shh. Just saying.
Okay.
Not
it does
portals.
I mean, it does look
tunnels.
pretty cool. Like how it flows over. It gives it like a futuristic feel to it, but I'm just curious how this is gonna work. I think I'm more scared of the construction.
Well, I mean, you can see. So I if I had to take a guess, I mean, this is basically going where the.
It looks like it's right in front of the McDonald's or the IHOP.
Yeah,
It's
where the
right-
tiny
yeah,
little
it's on-
sign is
Over Harbor.
right now. Yeah. I mean, it's wherever that hotel is that they bought, right? Because they bought that hotel so they could knock it down, so they could put this
Wait,
there.
which one?
I forget which hotel it was, but they bought a hotel to do this like before COVID. They bought it a long time ago.
I don't
Oh,
even
because they were
remember.
gonna have it go all the way through Garden Walk, right?
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah. No.
because it backs up to the parking lot that's back over there. What is that? The Simba?
The Simba
no, not
lot?
Simba. No, that's
Toy Story.
That's the one
no.
behind. That's
the one behind the hotels.
I'm pretty
behind
sure that's
the
Simba.
the Harbor Hotel.
Oh no, Simba's off in the
It's
corner.
somebody's gonna. Is it a
The ball?
Yeah, the ball parking lot. No, yeah, is that doesn't it have?
Is that the Dalmatian one?
I don't know. Anyway,
I
they
don't
have that parking lot that's currently a cast member parking lot.
Right.
They're going
Let
to
me
build
see
a
if I can
garage on
find
that. And then the bridge is going to connect to that, going through the space of this hotel that they currently own and I think operate, like subcontract out to operate until they knock it down. I think it's like the Del Sol or something. I don't know which, or the Orange something. I don't remember.
Tropicana?
Maybe Tropicana.
Because that one's across. I think that's the one that's like directly across. But I have no idea
That's
though.
the one next to the Denny's or the IHOP or something.
No, across the street. I want to say directly across the street, like where the walkway is, to cross the street to
The
to
one
get
that
on
had
property?
the weird buffet in it.
No.
Remember the cheap buffet?
Captain Kidd's?
$2.99? Captain Kidd's barf buffet.
So there's
It's close.
the
Yeah.
Cove on Harbor. That's the marketing cafe. The Tropicana Inn Suites. That is directly in front of the current like little hub where they have like the cars coming through. So the actual entrance that leads to the Esplanade right now is in front of the IHOP, something called Calaca Mama's Cantina, and then the Best Western Plus Park Place Inn Mini Suites.
That says if the pedestrian pathway and bridge will be constructed on the former site of the Carousel Inn and Suites.
Oh, that's
which
closer over
Disney
here.
Purchased a while ago. Other plans.
So it's
should
going to be closer to Toy Story lot.
Well, I have
That's
the
cool.
map up right now. Where's Carousel? Well, maybe it won't show it anymore because this is really exciting podcasting.
Is it Castle? Is it Castle Inn and Suites or Carousel?
This is Carousel. A castle's farther. Castle's the one
That's the one that's in front of Candy Cane Inn,
right
like further down the street.
It says it has to be in one of these freaking.
Because the Del Sol is behind the Denny's.
Right.
The Anaheim Desert Inn and Suites. Yeah, those are the ones that I'm finding like right behind that area.
Camelot.
So if we-
Yeah, it's weird because you can see
Let me
the
see if I can-
giant parking lots back here.
Do you see this?
I'm looking on my own.
So I'm
Yeah.
sharing it right now. So here's the Disney drop-off, right? And then
Right.
here's the path that leads to the Esplanade.
Right.
This is where like the buses and stuff are for drop-off. So here's the IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, the sign would be like here, right? This area.
Right.
And so this is where we have the Tropicana Inn, and then we have like Space Mountain here. So according to the concept art, the entrance is kind of here because we see this monorail track and then this monorail track. So this is pretty much the entrance that we're looking at. So this is what we're looking at here, like the Tropicana Inn Suites, the IHOP, and then what's this one called? I don't know what this was. The Best Western. Right, so the path leads through here, through the Camelot Suites, like.
Maybe.
So okay, hold on. So the Carousel Inn and Suites, was it renamed? It's the one that has a pizza press in it, apparently.
Oh,
So look
the
up pizza press.
I know where. Okay. Yeah.
That is in the Anaheim Hotel.
No, it's not the Anaheim Hotel.
No.
That's way down farther. Maybe they moved then.
Disneyland Way and Harbor, I believe.
Let's see.
So you're
Closed.
further-
Hold
you're
on.
going-
I will tell you. Hold on. I'm finding more information. It was at 1530 South Harbor Boulevard, Anaheim 92802.
It is the Anaheim Hotel.
Hold on. Where's my search on my Google Maps?
We are
I
so
don't know.
sorry for boring
This
you
is-
people. Sorry.
Yeah, this
sorry.
episode now is all over the place.
I
All right,
know.
so
Okay.
I think we're gonna
You
have to
guys
do a
talk.
little more research on
Nope.
this one
Okay,
because
I found
think
it.
what is it?
So it's currently a parking lot. It was already knocked down. so it's
Hey,
this
all right.
parking lot that is between the Camelot Inn and Suites and the Tropicana. There's a big
Oh yeah, that's
parking
where I
lot.
pointed to. Okay,
I'm sorry, I
yeah,
was
it
not
was a
paying
long
attention.
strip.
It's
of
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, there
Okay.
was a hotel there at some point.
All right, cool.
And that is now going to be where Bridge is.
All right.
Oh.
So we
Okay.
solved the mystery, and you can see the big parking lot that's in the back with the I think this building is I'm circling a thing you can't see. Ignore me. There's a building in the parking lot. I think it's some costuming building or something. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Clink
All
out.
right.
Move on.
Well, anyway, this is the concept art that we've gotten as part of the Disneyland Forward initiative.
Looks
and it
good.
Looks like, this is what we're going to be getting. The other big announcement that they made this
wait, can I
week-
analyze this a little more really quick?
Sure.
So down here in the bottom left under the sign, we see street entrance,
Right.
which wasn't in the original pitch for them. So that's going to be security. is going to have to be way back down here close to the street. Going under the bridge. That's where security is going to have to be, because this bridge, you can kind of follow it across the sign, follow these trees, and it kind of lets into the Esplanade. So security is going to end up being way out here now. The other thing that this has is around this little building part, the circular kind of building roof.
This
line.
one here?
Yep, there's a ramp leading down to the street level, which is something that the harbor businesses wanted, because they're like, oh, it's going to take away business from us, because the original...
I see. It's this one right here, right? So there,
Yep.
you kind of like pull down from here, yeah.
Exactly. So
Ooh.
Originally they wanted everybody to, when they come to Disneyland, they would go through
Straight
security.
into downtown Disney.
No, they would go, if they entered on this side, they would have to go all the way to the parking garage basically to enter and bridge over. And do all security and stuff over there. This way they have
I see what you're
security
saying.
here that's closer to the street.
Right.
And then there's probably going to be a separate security at the garage before you cross this bridge going across harbor.
So where do you think the security is going to be? Because the end of the ramp down here, it doesn't seem to connect to the walk-up area.
No, so security for this bridge is going to be in the parking garage.
In the parking garage. So back here somewhere that we don't even see it in the concept art. It's before the walkway.
That's my guess. It's going to be like how the Pixar and the Mickey and Friends
what you're saying.
Is there's going to be a whole hub of security there, and then they let you over the bridge.
I see.
And then the people entering from the street will go under this bridge, and there'll be a whole security pavilion. I'm sure that's what all those trees are and stuff is.
Right.
That's all security
Which
there.
is similar to where the security is now before you physically enter the Esplanade.
Well, honestly, I think this is, if you think about it, this is actually where all the buses are. All the bus drop-off is.
Right
now.
here, this area is... Well,
So
this seems to be one of the... I think the bus area is like down in this corner. Like back here.
The other bus area. For the local buses.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
You know, all the local bus drop-off.
Yeah.
So with the stuff we're going to talk about coming up, this compresses that whole area down by a lot and gives more room in the park, because this is changing where security is and how the entrance to the park works.
Okay, that was going to be my follow-up question.
Gaining space in the park, because buses will no longer be coming here. They will be going to the garage.
Right.
It's a transportation hub.
Right.
So even Toy Story buses are going to go to this other transportation hub, and then I'm sure they'll like either not do security anymore at Toy Story, or there will be a area where those buses unload that is past the security stuff. That stuff I don't, I'm not privy to. I'm just guessing.
Right.
But that seems to be what it is. But I like seeing the monorail right there. That's cool.
Yeah, and that was, you kind of touched on it a little bit. Part of my question was going to be, how much do you think this is going to change the footprint of DCA itself? Because the other announcement that we got as part of all of this week is that the Avatar land that they had talked about adding to the park, there was a lot of talk about it potentially taking over Grizzly Peak, or being on that side of the park, potentially taking over some of the back part of DCA, and we speculated that potentially Hollywoodland was going to go away, right? And so they were going to build out in that direction, and that was the announcement we got. It looks like we're losing the Monsters Inc. attraction that's back there, and all of that area that's not part of Avengers Campus up until Mission Breakout. Basically, everything coming forward into Hollywoodland is going to be part of this new Avatar experience.
Incorrect.
Oh, it's not from there?
No. So, Hollywoodland will still exist.
Oh, I thought they were putting it from back there.
No.
Okay.
So this is where I think there's some confusion. the only ride closure that was announced is Mike and Sully, Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. So what I believe is happening is that main drag of Hollywoodland is staying, going straight down. Animation Academy stays. The former Muppet Vision Theater, whatever the heck it's called now,
Right.
Mickey Filler Magic stays. Hyperion stays. That is Hollywoodland. Is one street, and then from behind those buildings, the let's call it Mad Tea Party area.
Right.
Yeah.
That into the bus area becomes this Avatar.
So all of the sound
attraction.
stages, all
sound,
that stuff.
Former
that's-
Millionaire building, the former restaurant building,
Gotcha.
former Superstar limo.
Okay.
That all becomes Avatar
Lands.
space, because it
Gotcha.
says here. The thing is, additionally, we're looking forward to transform a portion of the current Hollywood backlot area into our Avatar destination in Disney California Adventure. This project is still in the early stages of development, and additional details will be shared later, including construction timeframes. To make way for this new experience, Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue will close in early 2026.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be. I'm only comparing it to. I'm gonna compare it to Super Mario World, where it's very cute. It is small. Yes, I heard that it was gonna be small, but I guess I underestimated it. But this feels like it's gonna be like that small.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I'm sorry to interrupt. But think about
go
it,
ahead.
the one in Disney World isn't very big, but it feels pretty big. I think
Okay.
it's not that much space. I think they do a good job of what space they do have.
Well, there's a lot of forced perspective with the floating islands and stuff too
Right.
that make it look a lot more massive.
And I think if you look at the map, so I'm going to. Can I share my map?
Yeah.
Let's see. Screen. Share screen. Google Maps. Share. Here we go. So here's Andrew's map. So we're at California Adventure. Da 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 da. Here's the bus areas we're talking about. So these circles are the local buses. This loop is the Toy Story lot buses.
Right.
So we have basically this monorail. Well, not this monorail berm. So here's Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywoodland. This building will stay. This is the 3D theater. These facades will stay. This will all go. This building here. This is Mike and Sully. This, but then almost all of this bus area becomes
be
part of
part
this
of that.
land.
Yeah.
Because I think these three circle areas here, I think that becomes because you can see here's
Because that's
bridge.
the general bus. Those are the buses that shuttle you from the other parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, so
And-
this loop here, this is where the Toy Story buses come. This horseshoe shaped. The circle ones are all local buses and other
Gotcha.
hotels.
Okay.
So you can see the parking lot, the bridge is going to be way up here. So it curves over and hugs this building, which is this is the Grand
Costuming,
Canyon
I think.
diorama.
I think that's not costuming.
This one, the green roof, is
Yeah.
costuming. This is the Grand Canyon, and then
Yeah.
this is costuming. There's other stuff in there too. But anyway, so it's gonna hug this, and I think only gonna take up a portion of this whole area here. So this whole area becomes part of this land. So I mean, if you
do
look
you
at
think
it, yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
scroll back in for a second, so that show building
Here,
and
yeah.
then the other one is like what is it called?
This one, I don't
Studio
know.
18, 17, or
Big
18 or
This
something
was
like
the
that?
Millionaire building.
Right. do you think they're going to combine the two show buildings to make the
These
boat
are getting
ride?
knocked down. These are getting knocked down.
Oh, they're not going to reuse them then?
No,
you think they're going to be totally brand new?
100% knocking it down to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I even suspect, because of the concept art, I suspect the monorail somehow gets rerouted. Because right now it is running right through what would be Avatar.
Right.
Unless
What if
for
they
some
build around
reason,
it?
I mean, they could put it in a tunnel.
Right.
They could technically have it go into a mountain or something,
Right.
and then they can conceal it as it's coming through.
I'm just wondering if it comes and if they extend it and it comes closer to the Hyperion and goes, it kind of just does a different curve and kind of avoids it more, or tries to go. I don't know. This is all who knows what.
I could see them rerouting it. I mean, it is easier to conceal because they wouldn't have to move the monorail, and they would still have that form of transportation during some of the construction.
Right.
But, I mean, if you think about the original reason it went there is because the whole purpose was to have it go through the Golden Gate Bridge portion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So...
And now it goes over that bridge, but you can't really see it anymore.
But you
because
can't
they
see
wanted
it.
to hide it because...
Right.
Yeah.
So, I could see them rerouting it.
I mean, it would be interesting if they rerouted it closer to, going through the hub more and just not going through DCA at all.
What they
but that
should
would be a
do,
lot.
what they should do, is route it somewhere in the middle of DCA and add a stop inside of DCA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
Or bring it, add a stop multiple places. Like, I don't know. I feel like the monorail it was originally built as just an attraction, and then they're like, it's transportation.
Yeah.
And then now it's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a weird limbo thing. And if they just made it more like transportation, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you get off, at the Grand Californian or whatever, and you get off at the, here.
The Grand Californian makes the most sense, actually, because, since it stopped in the hotel before,
Yeah.
Right, and it stopped the Contemporary at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
That has the monorail going.
It makes
through
the most
and
sense to do it
The
there.
Disneyland Hotel, originally had a stop. So,
Yep.
I'm very curious as to where the monorail goes and or if it stays exactly as is, how they deal with it.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe it's going into a mountain and that sort of thing.
So I'm gonna switch back real quick to the concept art, because I think what we were seeing as part of the concept art kind of helps illustrate that point. If we look at this concept art, these mountains, like these circular mountains, like it's very possible that the monorail could just go straight in behind these or into these, right? And they could just build it out. They can do what they do with the tunnel of the Disneyland Railroad as you're entering into New Orleans Square and stuff, and just have some voiceover telling you here we have giant blue Smurf things, and here is some flying dragon looking thing, and we don't have actual flying dragons. You gotta go to Epic Universe to see those, but we got rocks.
That's something that I'm just very curious about. Can you bring up the transportation hub concept art again? I'm just curious to see if they draw it exactly in the same spot. I know I remember seeing it. Yeah, it still goes. As it's drawn here, it is going basically on its same line going into the park.
Right here.
Yep, because if not, it would have to follow basically the bridge and go the other way. So who knows? Maybe it's a tunnel. Maybe it's the first time the monorail ever goes into a tunnel.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. Yeah. Okay, so there was another piece of concept art that was, I think, released early on as well, but I know that one was at part of D23. But the other thing that we got was the announcement that the Coco area that was announced also at D23, also coming to California Adventure, is going to be towards the back of the park where we had originally thought it was going to go. Andrew, I know you had a little more information. Where is the new Coco area now announced to be going?
So it says it's going between, this is very confusing, between Paradise Gardens Park, which is basically the pizza and pasta restaurant, the other thing, the little bandstand, that is at Paradise Garden Park, and Pixar Pier, or basically, and the Incredicoaster. So it's very confusing, and I don't know how deep you want me to get into it right now, or if you want to explain stuff first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna bring my map up again.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on, let me bring up my map again because I'm so.
Because I remember talking about all of this. We talked about this in episode 530, by the way. So if any of you have not heard that episode or have not watched it, go watch or listen to 530 because that's where we speculated where a lot of this was going to go. We had speculated that some of the show buildings in the back were going to be demolished as part of, adding the Coco area. We even thought that Avatar was going to go somewhere on this side of the park as well.
I was very wrong. I thought it was going in the parking lot, and there's going to be a bridge. But I just knew 100% it wasn't going in Grizzly area. That 100% I knew.
I think the idea of it, the more that I thought about it going in Grizzly Peak, the more it went against the theming of the Grand Californian, and 100%. So they would have had to have changed the entire hotel to match Grizzly Peak if they put it in Grizzly Peak.
Right.
Yep.
So anyway, so here's Pixar Pier and Paradise Garden Park, and here's the this is the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, and here's the Incredicoaster. In the concept art, it seems like it's right here, which I don't think is possible because this is the parade gate. And if they put it here, then we have no parade gate.
I think we're losing parades, dude.
The other thing that I can think of is that concept art actually shows the backside of the Incredicoaster, and that, like, the entrance is here, and then we have a long Indiana Jones-esque walkway until it opens up into this area here.
Yeah.
In being the exterior part of the Coco attraction, and then show building and stuff for Coco attraction. I think this is definitely. I don't think it's going to be all of this because this is quite a lot of space. But I think some of this will be outdoor. I originally was looking at the art and I was like, are they getting rid of the...
That would be a waste of money.
It's too new for them to get rid of.
That was the thing. It was very confusing, and I don't know why they didn't do what I said, which is put it right here.
The entrance there.
Which is that freaking bandstand thing, and just go boop straight out here. Whatever. But it does seem like... I don't think... Here's the reason why I don't think they're getting rid of parades is because not generally parades, but if you think about
emergency vehicles?
No.
Oh, because I was going that route.
I was thinking about the Christmas thing they do.
Viva Navidad.
Here. Viva Navidad. That goes over gangbusters. Everybody loves that thing.
Oh,
right.
Actually,
people would be
you're right.
livid if that went away, and that's where this enters.
It's not just that;
area.
it's also all the Lunar New Year floats.
Yeah,
just every float, every float for anything.
Right.
So my guess is maybe they might be pushing, because right here in this area I'm circling is just like some random seating and stuff. So they could possibly push the parade gate a little bit and kind of arc this curve.
That's
so the
still
gate
too
is a little
close
bit over
for
here.
a queue, and
I don't think it's a queue. I think there's going to be
just a walkway
basically
queue.
An entrance, like a little tiny facade.
yeah.
And then this road, I think there's going to be stuff that's going to happen with,
I honestly-
with roads and things back here. because there's these two different roads.
Well,
So this is a whole. Go ahead, Melissa. Sorry.
No. I was gonna say I do agree with you, and I thought it was gonna be, the opening was gonna be the where the meet and greets are for Pixar characters.
Right. Yeah. That's the
that's the
band. The weird
bandstand
band
That
show.
that would
yeah.
make sense, because for me, I'm thinking like,
And it's
They don't
in
have a-
Pixar Pier.
Yeah.
right. And if anything were to happen, it's like I don't see an entranceway for, like, let's hope this doesn't happen, but for emergency vehicles. So I don't think
Sure.
they would block that, because I don't think
yeah,
there's another
that's-
route.
That's why I'm thinking that this area gets kind of chomped up, this weird seating
Maybe.
area. Gate gets moved over here. I think this building is safe still. And then there's just some sort of small entrance here that is like a long pathway
Yeah.
that leads us to over here somewhere where it is the actual, where we see the concept art is this part of the track, not this part of the track.
But-
because if you bring up Heyzen, I'm going to stop sharing. If you want to bring up the second piece of concept art.
I don't
the
think I have the
entranceway.
second one.
Oh, okay,
all
I'll
I had
bring it
was
up.
the actual
You have the
the boat
interior
ride
one.
attraction. Yeah.
Say,
Here, I will share. Where's my
my
other?
camera's being dumb.
Here we go. I'll share this screen. Share screen. Future plans. This one. So this is what the concept art.
Oh,
they put
right.
of-
Yeah, I did see that one.
So you can see here on the left that there's the Incredicoaster.
Yeah.
But it makes it seem like this is the
The backside of it.
well, yeah, because I think a lot of people are assuming that it's the circle part, but you can see that this is a hill
Right.
here, which isn't the circle part. So that leads me to believe that this piece of concept art that we're seeing is in the back of the Incredicoaster and not the entrance, because I think this is way too big
Yeah.
to fit there. I think there's going to be some sort of, like I said, some sort of pathway or whatever to get us back there. Maybe the pathway isn't. I mean, that's where it's confusing, because they said it's going between. I mean, if we go here, it says, as we continue to add new experiences to Disney California Adventure, we're excited to share the upcoming new attraction themed to Pixar Animation Studios. Coco will be built near Paradise Garden Park and Pixar Pier in areas that are predominantly backstage today. Construction on this attraction is set to begin backstage this fall. So it's like they're going to build a bunch of stuff and then they'll just open it up.
It's going to be cool.
That's where, I mean, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I'm going to stop this and go back to map. Go back to map.
So I'm in Google Street View right now.
Yeah.
Here, let's.
Okay, you can bring up your street view. Yeah, go ahead. Cancel.
So check this out. So here's the back part of Paradise Pier, right? They're saying that it's gonna go somewhere here
No, between there
and here.
and there. Yes, that's
Okay.
where it's confusing.
So that concept art, I'm trying to figure out where the drop in the coaster is, because I see these stars. Like I think,
but those are
you know
everywhere.
what? You know what I think it is. I think that entrance is this doorway right here.
Maybe
That
then.
I
We could be
think what you're
wrong.
seeing is this right here.
I mean, it is possible,
Let me see. Can we get closer to this?
but that's what I'm saying. That is the parade entrance.
Yeah, maybe the parade. I don't know. Like I honestly, if you look at the coaster drop here, look at this little star. I know I'm using weird pieces from that concept
Sure.
art, but there's only a couple of these drops in the coaster, and
Yeah.
from the
Right.
location that you're talking about, this is the drop that we're seeing in the concept art, which would mean that this is getting transformed as the entrance.
So that's what I'm confused about, because those stars are everywhere on the coaster.
Right. But
not
I was
just
trying to
there.
use the drop as kind of like my
Yeah.
North Star, try to figure out like where I was going, but
But you can't see the other drop backstage, which is the harder one to see. because it's not really a drop. It's kind of just like a circle.
Right.
It like rises a little bit.
Because here's where that would happen. Like, this is kind of the,
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint because they say things that are predominantly backstage. So the only other thing I can think of is they're knocking a building down, but they don't say any of that stuff's going to close.
Yeah.
Or they're going
We'll
to
just find out.
Right. Or they're going to figure out a way to get parade stuff, to come in somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know where that would be. I'm looking at the map now, and I'm not seeing, because I think they basically store the parade vehicles just on this little road, or in this little parking lot area that's back here.
They may have a special location that we don't even know about.
Right. I'm like, is it they're gonna knock, like, I was trying to watch look at the parade route, and it's like, well, there's really no other place for them to go.
I mean, if they do it, fine. And that's
Right.
fine with me. Like,
It would be
okay.
weird if they got rid of having parades, but who knows? I guess that's
Well,
again. The
Oh,
thing.
you
I
know
mean,
what it
because-
is? You know what? I just figured it out. I think I figured it out. Actually, no, because that still doesn't match the coaster. I thought it was okay. So see this archway here. There's some seating area here, right? It looks like there's people eating on this side. I thought this was going to be.
Okay.
I thought
Your
that was
mouse
going to
is-
be here. Because you could
okay.
see the seating area here. So
Sure.
this was going to get converted into that area, which would leave this open. But, I mean, obviously they can change what the wall looks like and stuff to what this matches, like this architecture, obviously. But I'm starting to wonder if the coaster in the background is more of a red herring for positioning.
Right.
And
Well, that's
they're
why I'm
using
saying
it just to kind of show the general area of where it's going.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I think you can see. I think this is backstage currently. Like, this whole facade will actually be backstage behind
The coaster?
the
Yeah.
Incredicoaster, just in a different spot than what they're saying. That's why I think it's a walkway down. And you know what? We have this for a year from now when they start building.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. I'm curious as to if this is going to be just attraction, if they're going to try and make this like a little mini land, kind of how the Cars thing is, where it's like an area, or this is just an entrance and a ride, and there you go.
Yeah.
Because it would be cool if it was like the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, where
I
it's
was
like,
gonna say,
there's
if
a
they want to make
restaurant in
money, there you go.
and tequila bar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I do love that there's a lot of palm trees. I'm like, shade, just shade. DC
I mean,
just needs more shade.
At least the concept art shows
I
it.
know.
Right,
Whether
exactly.
or not the horticulture department adds them is a different story.
Sad.
That's,
But, hey,
well, hey.
We'll see when they build it.
Yeah. They're
excited
breaking
either
ground
way.
2026, right?
Yes, backstage they'll be this fall, actually, this year.
Oh, okay.
2025.
That's a lot sooner than I thought. Okay, cool.
So we'll start. I'm sure we'll get. Do we have? We need one of those. The bioreconstruct who's in Florida.
Oh yeah,
We need one of
somebody
those here.
Yeah, that'd be
That
fantastic.
just flies over Disneyland and be like, all right, here's what they're doing. I guess you could just kind of get on top of a tall hotel and look
Yeah,
if you really wanted to.
I'm pretty sure that flying a drone over would not be well received by the Disney
Probably
company.
not.
Yeah. Unless we get like a really great drone that's got like 12K and we could fly it high enough that we could zoom in and get some amazing footage.
Hey, you know
Or,
what?
You're
or
sending
Google
me a
Earth.
drone?
We'll just pay for yeah, sure.
Does
I mean,
Google Earth do like live?
I think if you pay for Google Earth, I think you can get like more up to date stuff.
Oh, okay, like
Oh.
every like a new one
We,
every
we
week
should
or
look
something.
into it. Yeah, we should look into it because that might be like the way that we find some of what's happening back there. That and of course all the peeks through the fences that all the streamers and the people on TikTok and stuff are gonna be posting, I guess. Right?
Right.
Yep.
All right. So I think that's gonna wrap up the episode. It's exciting things coming to the park. Obviously, they're changing the footprint of California Adventure. So the last thing, before we close out the episode is I want to ask you both, with all the changes that have happened in the park since its opening, what's California about it?
Nothing.
I know where you're going with this.
Ghirardelli is
and-
the only thing.
I mean,
Hey, we got the grizzly areas, California.
so I'm glad you said that because
Buena Vista Street.
No. Listen. Grizzly Peak and that entire area, we talked about it just a moment ago I didn't think they were going to retheme it into the Avatar area because it was already themed to the Grand Californian. But you know what does theme well to the Grand Californian and can already kind of connect to something else? Piston Peak.
Yeah.
So they can extend Cars Land and they
But
can, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, there's not a lot of California left. Do you think the next step after these two big land changes come into effect, do you think we could eventually see them dropping California and just making it Disney Adventure or renaming the park, or where do you see this going? Or them
Disney
leaving it
IP.
alone?
It'll be Disney IP Adventure. That's
Disney, we own all the IPs.
Yep.
Disney umbrella.
it. Yep.
I am I guess wrong most of the time, but I will say that I do believe that California Adventure will be around as the name for the foreseeable future. I think California Adventure, the name now just means you are in California and you're having an adventure. As
Maybe.
opposed to like the park is about California.
Okay.
I think that's I also think that because of the such local clientele they have, the pass holders are the majority of the people going there. They've kind of established this name, and it's kind of a big change.
I want to agree with you, but that last comment, I want to push back a little bit because
Okay.
I feel like Disney is really changing the culture of the Disneyland resort itself to be more of a destination for worldwide tourism versus a
they're
locals
trying.
park.
They're trying. I don't think they're doing it.
I mean, I think at some point they'll be more successful at it. But obviously there are going to be a lot more pass holders, but
Right.
I do think they are actively trying to change the culture of the park to more of a vacation destination, the way that
Right.
Disney World currently is. Obviously, the park size and DCA being so small play against that because the other resorts have these huge parks associated with them.
I think third gate. That's gotta be when things change. The culture and the da 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 da. And they say no third gate, but it's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, it will happen at some point.
It will be. I'll be.
Where are they
going
gonna
to
put the Simpsons?
Conspiracy theory. It will be
Where are they
in
gonna
our
put the Simpsons?
lifetime. It will be in our lifetime. The third gate. I will make this decree.
It will.
I don't hate them calling California Adventure Disney Umbrella.
Disney umbrella.
Disney Umbrella Park.
Well,
Or
because
you
they
weren't
just
here, Park.
renamed.
They're gonna
Well, they
call
just-
it the Disney Plus Experience.
Oh
well,
gosh.
because they just renamed the one in Paris, the Studios Park. It used to be
Right.
called Walt Disney Studios. Now it's called Disney Adventure World.
That's us.
Well,
there
see,
we go.
there you go.
That's it.
But I don't
Part
like
two.
it. I feel like
Disney Adventure
World
Park.
is too vague.
Disney Adventure Disney IP Adventure, right, Mel? Like,
Yep.
is that what you
Disney
said? Disney
Umbrella
IP,
Adventure.
Disney IP Umbrella.
We're gonna make
Adventure.
shirts. There we go.
And you can sell umbrellas. Boom. Merchandise experience right there.
guess.
The Disney
Tie it all
umbrella.
together.
And then on each one of the little ends of the umbrella, there's a little
Brought
different
to you
logo.
by Disney Plus.
For reals.
All right. I think
who
we're
knows
just going
what
to
the
get
future
into
holds.
wild speculation at this
Right.
point.
That's at this point we have there's no concrete evidence that anything we have said is happening.
Right.
One way or the other.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to call it for this episode. So, any final thoughts, comments? Do we have a quizzing line coming up this week?
Quizzyland's coming up. I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Right on.
But
Yay.
I've written it. And so the topics will be Disneyland name badges,
Oh.
Pixar characters.
You mean
the
Podketeers name badges?
Yeah, well, kind of. The movie Splash, and movie characters. That one's kind of vague because the question is kind of broad. But it's going to be a fun one.
Nice. I'm
They
going to be
always
interested
are.
in that Splash one because the changes on Disney Plus were like, wow, okay. All right. They changed it. Good times.
I think a lot of people if you're on the internet or if you're kind of our age, in this age range, you'll probably know the question pretty easily.
Sweet. All right. I'm looking forward to it. Doctor Who fans, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. They, there was, I don't want to spoil the ending, but the ending of the last season was like, holy cow. What? What? Just like that.
Okay.
Not even okay. It was just what? What?
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.